lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on. He missed the complete that. He's crazy stuff.
Side Freitas is on the grass on the infield floor. He slides through. He tags Richard Eck.
We are back for Saturday Night Short Track Racing in America. The Christian Family Construction Outlaw Modified Series takes on Lanier National Speedway tonight for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation 100. Sit down and have a peach from the Empire State of the South for tonight's action. Hello and welcome to another edition of Bootleg Racing League on the Global SimRacing Chapter and iRacing Live. Sean Ambrose here along with Dawson Brock high up in the press box to bring you all of the action this evening. Back in the spacious TV production truck for GSRC is the hardest working man in Sim Motorsports Broadcasting, the one, the only, Joe Peak, twisting and tweaking the dials for us tonight. And of course, the Ansel Adams of iRacing, our much sought after camera guru, Dougie Beard. Now, last week at Old Sobo, it looked like Mike Holloway had victory all sealed up, but with 3 laps to go, JJ Garrett made one last desperate attempt at a pass for the win. JJ sent it, and Holloway would get connected, bringing out the final caution and a victory for JJ Garrett. Brothers Tim and Matt Shinosky still have a chance to take this championship from Donnie Moore in tonight's penultimate round of Season 4 in the Christian Family Construction Outlaw Modified Series. Now, Dawson, tell us a little bit of information about this grand old speedway here, Lanier National Speedway.
Well, Sean, Lanier was a typical southern dirt track when it opened in 1982. 5 years later, the 3/8 mile oval was paved, and its moderately banked, wide-open turns and fairly short straightaways made NASCAR-sanctioned Lanier National Speedway a good test for the track's weekly divisions. Following the 2011 season, Lanier suspended its weekly racing program. Although it had plans to open in 2014, it has yet to embark on that trip. In the meantime, iRacers can enjoy this Georgia-style short track. Let's take a ride around Lanier and get a feel about what it's like.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Global Sim Racing Channel. My name is Brian Yazek and I'll be taking you for a spin around Lanier Raceway in the GSRC SK Modified. Going into turn 3, going to be finding the yellow line right here on the bottom, but not try to get too much into the gas to let that rear of the car step out. Right back into the corners, down to the yellow line again. You'll notice from this lap guide that you are pretty much always constantly turning. So it's going to be interesting to see who can save that right front tire and not abuse it too early so they can have something for the end of the race. Once again, find the yellow line, back out into the middle of the corner, right back onto the brakes, back to the yellow line. You can kind of run a little bit up off the yellow line, but not too much because there's not a whole lot of banking up on the top side of the track to save you in case you get a little squirrely. So back down into turns 3 and 4 one more time, kind of split the seam right here, find the yellow line, and you have just completed 4 very quick laps around Lanier Raceway. It's going to be a great race, and the winner is going to be the one who decides that they wanted to save their right front tire the most. This has been your lap guide around Lanier Raceway. I'm Brian Yazek.
All right, and there is a recorded lap around Lanier National Speedway. But to get an idea what the track is really like right now, let's talk to one of the new guys around here, Stefan Alphonse, driver of the number 13 Superflow SK Modified. Stefan, good evening, sir. Are you ready to tackle this track tonight?
Good evening. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a fun track.
It is indeed, and you're one of the hot guys in practice here. How'd you do in the super late race?
It was pretty good. I ran E5 for a race. Finished there. It was a caution-free race except for like 2 to go or something. It was pretty fun.
And did you get a chance to run the street stocks this evening?
No, I don't run the street stocks.
Gotcha. Okay, buddy. Well, what's the strategy going to be for you tonight in the SK Modified?
Turn left, stay out of trouble, and maybe pass a couple of guys. I don't know. We'll see.
How does that trip around the outside, that outside groove feel right now? Did you guys get much passing in that super late model race?
Not a lot, I think. It might work, but you can only stay up there for that long before you blow out your tires or you use up your tires.
I mean, yeah, I guess the 8 degrees of banking here doesn't really lend to any real speed up there, so it's going to be a little tricky making those passes from the outside.
Yeah, and it's quite a long ways.
Well, it's been a great season. I'll tell you what, you've been a great addition of the league. We certainly like having a little international flavor here in the field. Where exactly you hail from, my friend?
Yeah, I live in Vienna, and it's been great fun doing racing series. Yeah.
It's a little late for you though, or early, should we say? Probably early, about 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 3:21 right now. The time zone is like the only issue.
Right, gotcha. Well, happy early Sunday morning to you. Hey, good luck in this one tonight. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you from the podium here in a little bit.
Thank you. Enjoy the race, everyone, and have a good one.
All right, folks, and that was Stefan Alphonse. We thank him for coming in and visiting with us. Now let's take just a couple minutes to talk about tonight's sponsor, a very special one indeed. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation sponsoring tonight's event. Now, it is a nonprofit, volunteer-driven organization dedicated to finding the cures for Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis and to improving the quality of life for children and adults affected by these diseases. Now, they founded that organization in 1967 by Erwin and Suzanne Rosenthal, William and Shelby Modell, and Henry Janowitz, doctor. Since founding nearly 5 decades ago, the foundation has remained at the forefront of research in Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, collectively known as inflammatory bowel disease, IBD. Today, they fund cutting-edge studies at major medical institutions, nurturing investigators at the early stages of their careers, and financing undeveloped areas of research. In addition, their professional education workshops and programs, along with scientific journal of inflammatory bowel diseases, and they enable the medical professionals to keep pace with the rapidly growing field. They're very proud that the National Institutes of Health have commended them for uniting the research community and strengthening IBD research. Now, beyond research, the foundation is collaborating with healthcare providers to improve IBD quality of care, as well as educating, supporting, and empowering patients and their caregivers through patient-centric education and advocacy programs. Now, folks, their mission is to cure Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis and improve the quality of life to children and adults affected by those diseases. Now, their constituents serve more than 600,000 patients annually through their 40 chapters, as well as their national education and support programs. They have a constituent base of more than 2 million people. Since this foundation is not a government-supported agency, they rely on support of members and, yes, donors, just like you, to continue their work. Go to the Crohn's Colitis Foundation.org. That's Crohn's, C-R-O-H-N-S, Colitis, C-O-L-I-T-I-S, Foundation, all one word, Crohn's Colitis Foundation.org, for more information about them and how you can donate. So very, very happy to support that cause and get them here out in the forefront this evening on tonight's race. But with 5.5 minutes to go, let's talk about the season standings right now, Dawson.
All right, so as you see it pop up here on your screen, Donnie Moore, he is right now your points leader. He is sitting at the top with 98 points. Not just 4 back is one of the Shinosky brothers, Matt. He is 4 points back, still very much in this race. We have 2 races left, so plenty of time for Matt or Tim to make a run at this. Now, the story for Brian Dean is all 3 of these guys will practically have to have terrible, terrible things happen to them in the next 2 races. But he's there if anything happens. And then Lowell Jewell poking his way into the top 5 last week, 30 points back from Donnie Moore.
All right, buddy. Now we've introduced the track. We've reviewed the point standings. We even talked to a driver. Why don't we talk about the details of the race, my friend?
Well, this SK Modified, there's 2 types of modifieds here. The Bootleg Racing League runs the SK Modified. It's a little detuned version of the Modified. It's really cool and great car, provides a lot of great racing. Fixed setups. Everybody's got the same speed of a car. It's all about the driver here. We use an invert. The top 10 from last week, you will get put into this week's starting grid and inverted. So you finish first, you get to start 10th the next week. Now, Mike Allen finished 10th last week. He'll be starting on the pole. Every race is 100 laps. You get 1 quick repair. No reason to take tires. You are not allowed to, so you got to save them. Make sure that you don't use them too much. No incident cap and double file restarts with Lucky Dogs.
All right, very, very good. Now let's cover a couple things here real quick. We did have a penalty from last week at Sobo. J.J. Garrett gets hit with the over-aggressive racing, and that was his first offense, so they let him off for the warning. I've got to guess it was probably that move with 3 to go. He got it in there a bit hot, didn't he, Dawson?
Yeah, it was a move, and it was, I guess, kind of short track racing, but the stewards saw that they needed to take action. But it was a little bit of excitement. Debatable. That's all.
Yeah, well, he sent it, and if you're gonna send it, you gotta keep it down there. And like it got in a little hot, and that caused him to run up the track a little bit of contact there. But hey, it was still a great ending to a great race, and you know what? They've got plenty going on Saturday nights. The Street Stock Series ran at 7 o'clock this evening, and that's open to all D-Class and above I racers. They currently have a waiting list for that, but they're also running the super late models at 8 o'clock, and they ran that. And Mike Allen, our pole sitter for this race this evening, took the win in the super late model here at Lanier. So he's already got plenty of miles around the track. It was 60 laps there, and he comes out with a big win now. Hasn't been awfully hot on the timesheets here, but you never know if they're maybe holding a little bit back. And speaking of those times, Dawson, boy, pretty close at the top. It looks like just hundredths of a second separate the top 6, top 5. I mean, just absolutely tight. They're going to be wedged in there, and looks like we're going to have 17 cars take the start of this race tonight. It should get competitive, fast, and furious pretty quick.
Yeah, a lot of cars. We're typically looking at about 12 to 13 with this series on a good night, and we got 17 people decided to show up for this race. So it's good to see a lot of cars coming up here just for the tail end of this season. And well, let's talk about them guys near the top. Jeff Sharp, Brian Dean, Charles Law, one of the newcomers. They're all within 100th of each other. So a lot of guys all around that same speed. Very, very competitive.
Yeah, it looks like 13 second laps, 13 flats are going to be the ones that get it done around here tonight. If you're anywhere too far outside of that, you may be fighting from the back this evening. But hey, I want to take just a quick second to thank everybody that filled in for me while I was away. I was out exploring some of this great nation of ours, and I appreciate Soup filling in, and Dawson, you guys stepping up and handling things for me while I was away. But we've got 2 races left, the championship at stake here. Who do you like tonight, Dawson?
Well, I would have to. I'm going to pick Matt Shinosky. He's the only one of that top 3 in the points that are currently sitting in the 13-0s. Donnie Moore at a 13.15. So Matt Shinosky right now with one of the best times out of them top 3. He knows he needs to get a win here to overtake Donnie, and I think he's going to be a little extra aggressive tonight. Maybe tonight will be a shot to get back on top.
Hey, call me crazy, but I'm going to go with the pole sitter. I think Mike Allen's going to be awful tough to beat from the pole tonight. We'll see. The Virginia driver awful good on these short tracks like this, short and flat. So I don't know. I'm gonna take a risk, a bit of a gamble here tonight, and go with the 59. See what Mike Allen can do here around Lanier National Speedway tonight, and not qualifying but practice. Winding down here, we are flat and out of time. The checkered flag is out, and that means one thing: it's time to go racing. We'll get ready for the grid here in the Christian Family Construction Outlaw Modified Series. Let's go to that grid now as they start to post that and everybody makes their way out to the track. Let's take a look at the starting grid. On the pole, it's going to be Mike Allen, row 1, Lowell Jewell starting second tonight. Jeff Sharp going to start there in third. Donnie Moore in fourth. Stefan Alphonse will start fifth. Kenny Kibbe 6th. Matt Shinosky going to start 7th tonight. John Holcomb will start 8th. And in row 5, J.J. Garrett and Mike Holloway. Dawson, take it away.
Starting on row 6, just outside the top 10, Brian Dean and Dustin Powers. Following them, Charles Lahr and John Hine going to start 13th and 14th. Lucas Stinziano starting 15th. Jeff Kendrick 16th. And rounding out the field, Chip Digger.
Well, like I was saying, there's only 2 of these left this season. It's been a good one, and it's been awful close. There's a lot at stake here. Donnie Moore starts back there in fourth. That's a good way to protect his lead in the championship. He's got the Shinoskis behind him. In fact, let's see. You know what? Tim is missing tonight. I'm just noticing that. Matt's here. I don't see Tim Shinosky.
Tim was missing last week too, so something must be up.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big hit in his championship run here. But Matt still has a lot on the line. Going to start from basically almost the middle of the field here. But Mike Allen is going to be the one to lead him off tonight. Mike up there with Lowell Jewell, the boss, on the front row with him. Mike Allen at number 59, Clarence's Steakhouse, SK Modified, has got the green flag, and he's across the line with Lowell Jewell. Head to head they went. Lowell Jewell gets a little bit stacked up there at the top. Mike Allen able to get away. Here comes Lowell now. Jeff Sharp down on the bottom. Got to be careful there. Lowell getting a run from behind him there. It looks like Donnie Moore was right on his tail. Donnie and that Everyone Tools Modified running on the top side. Can't find a way down. The 13, Stefan Alphonse, still there. Down on the inside. Lowell Jewell trying to diamond it off a little bit. Slams the door on Stefan. Stefan still hanging on to a 4th place spot. Jeff Sharp, Mike Allen starting to get away a little bit there up front.
Looking a little bit farther back, John Hine was one of them in the back. They were going 3 wide for a bit of the time there, but they seem to have it figured out now. Is Brian Dean, and now we have a caution. Donnie Moore around.
Yeah, and I think Donnie got a little bit of help there, unfortunately. Looks like Kenny Kibbe just might have given him a little bit of a tap there. And unfortunately, it comes in the turn. Donnie not able to hang on to it. You can see him get the run at him here, and it's just a little tap. Donnie maybe checking up just a little bit to keep that car from running up the track there. But Kibbe's going to get him. Donnie's going to get around. I don't think anyone's going to be in too bad a shape there. Donnie, though, obviously going to lose a lot of spots, drop all the way to the back of the field. That's our championship leader now fighting from 17th place. That is a big deal, especially if you're Matt Shinosky and you're chasing.
Yeah, I guarantee you, Matt definitely took note of that. And as a driver in a points race like this, you have to kind of get an idea. You got to count points as you go. Now you know, okay, he's a couple positions back. I don't have to push as hard right away and make sure that I'm running necessarily 1 or 2. You can be okay in 3rd and 4th and gain a couple points, and it kind of changes the way you race.
Hey, and listen, if you're interested in getting in on this action, go visit their website, bootlegracingleague.com. All the information there. Lowell, Jewel, and the guys have got everything you need to know about the Bootleg Racing League there at their website, bootlegracingleague.com. You can also find them on Facebook. Just go over there and go in the search window there, type in Bootleg Racing League. It'll come right up for you. Just like Global Sim Racing Channel. You can type that in too, Global Sim Racing Channel. Find us there on Facebook. Communicate with us. Say hello. Check out the pictures. Whatever we got going on. Talk to our social media guy. Yeah, you can chat with him. All right, here we go. The lights are out. The SK Modified's about ready to get back underway. Mike Allen's still on point. There he goes. The green flag's back out. He's across the line, still in the lead. Lowell Jewel following just behind Jeff Sharp, now the one that gets shuffled to the outside. Stefan Alphonse gets stacked up back there. Someone almost made contact with him. Oh, and we got a caution flag again, Dawson.
JJ, Garrett, Dustin, Powers, all involved. Let's take a look at the replay here and get an idea of what happened.
Did I see Donnie Moore get turned around again in that? Possibly?
My. JJ, yeah,
he didn't get turned around, but he did make contact getting by there, didn't he? Wow, Donnie not off to a good start. Bryant and Dustin Powers already got his SK modified in the pit. We're on board with Donnie. Let's see what happens here as he gets down the straight. And they're stacking up in front. Oh, and he gets that shot, that bumper shot right there on the 11. JJ Garrett in the pit. So's Dustin Powers. Are getting those fast repairs in real early to have to take one of those. But hey, you've got it. Live to fight another day, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, and it looks like we may have lost Lucas Indiano as well. No, he's back. Okay, my bad. Garrett, Powers still both sitting down there on the pit lane. Okay, well, we'll check back on them in a moment. It looks like they may not be ready to go here, so we'll go back to the front. The lights are out on the pace car. These pace laps, caution periods do not last long. Here we go. The Mustang getting ready to pull off the track. Mike Allen continues to lead this race, and there he goes. The green flag is out. Mike back on the hammer, down into 1. Lowell Jewel going to try and fight from the top side. It's Matt Shinoski now in Lowell Jewel gets into our leader, Mike Allen. Whoa.
Allen stuck on his roof. Oh, no.
Man, we're going to watch on the replay. It actually looks like Mike Allen, his car started to drift up the track a little bit, and he gets in a lull and hooks that tire. What a mess. Oh, Mike Allen had one whale of a race going here early. Not anymore. There's Lowell here. I don't think Lowell moves. No, it's Mike. You see Mike come up there, and man, he just gets caught into that traffic coming by and goes for a wild ride up on his lid. Gonna have to take the tow back in. That'll be a lengthy stop.
Oh, we've had a couple of drivers drop due to connection problems. It looks like JJ Garrett and Dustin Powers, the two we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
They gave a throughput some.
So they did have some issues indeed. This is going to put Matt Shinoski in the lead all of a sudden, and with him is going to be John Holcomb to restart this race on the front row. Lowell Jewel and Jeff Sharp going to get shuffled back to the second row here, Dawson. All this action, and we've we've not even completed 20 laps yet. So quite a bit going on here.
Yeah, and if we keep going at this pace, you start to wonder about them tires. Well, they haven't had many green flag laps on them, so saving guys who are maybe better at saving tires are getting hurt here a little bit as they keep getting these cautions.
Well, when you see this rash of cautions like this, it generally only benefits the leader. Who gets to dictate when they restart and keep that car out front. It looked like Mike Allen was going to be that man today, but Mike, not sure what happened there, buddy, but it looked like he just made a bit of a mistake. Wasn't really aware of where Lowell was, and unless he was having some sort of a hardware failure, which is absolutely possible. But what a tough break for him. Mike back out on track now, finally. And we get ready to restart the race. It's going to be Matt Shanowski from the point with John Holcomb at his door. Here we go. That Mustang getting ready to pull off here. And we've restarted, and I'm finally fast forward. Sorry, Dawson.
You're fine.
Yeah, Matt gets off to a good jump, though. Lowell right behind him. Here's Mike Holloway into the picture. Look at that Holloway putting a move on Holcomb early. He doesn't waste any time. Holloway up into a podium position all of a sudden. Boy, would that be sweet redemption for him after having it taken away from him last week. Holloway in a position to fight for the win tonight. It's Matt Shanowski, though, off to the races, as they say. He is battling hard and digging. Big win would really, really help his championship hopes tonight. Donnie Moore still stuck back there in 12th place.
Yeah, this big grid size, that's kind of not what Donnie Moore needed, especially after his spin. Now he's stuck all the way back there. Them points, it's going to be a big deal, but looking more a little farther back, just behind Holcomb, we got John Hine, got Jeff Kendrick battling with, that is Jeff Sharp up there on the top side. That top side's still not looking like it's fast enough. Definitely want to be on that bottom side, but Stefan Alphonse, like he might be making a little bit of action. Nope, he's going to just stay there, I guess.
Hey, let's go to the battle between Holloway and Jewel, because it looks like, Holloway gets a piece of Jewel. Jewel spinning in the middle of the turn. He's able to straighten it out and save it.
No caution, no, we got Kendrick.
And that'll bring the caution. Wow. Ooh, I think a few cars didn't see the spin going on there, and they were a little hot getting through the action there. Yeah. Boy, a lot of cars involved in that. You're going to see here on the replay. Lowell gets into the 62 there. Jeff Kendrick, remember Lowell was trying to save the car. Let's get another angle at it here, Dawson. This is on board with Donnie Moore. Now remember, he's fighting from the back of the field here, and everything's going to kind of unfold in front of him. All these cars scrambling, a lot of smoke. Donnie gets really lucky to drop that car down and get through there. Boy, we got Jeff Sharp in. Jeff Kendrick is in the pit. I think we'll probably see a wave around here. Probably be Jeff Sharp, actually.
It's a lot of quick repairs here, and we're only 30 laps into this race.
So Lowell Jewell having a rough night right now. In fact, Lowell in the pit himself here, and looks like he's going to go ahead and get that fast repair taken care of on the Navy, the U.S. Navy Chris Kyle Frog SK modified. And there's your leaderboard on screen there. That's how we'll restart them. Shanowski, Holcomb, Hine, and Holloway. Your first two rows. John Hine up 11 spots, folks. Taking advantage of the attrition here early in this race. About a third of the way through. And there is Mike Allen getting that wave by that we talked about. They have now lined back up here. The lights are out on the pace car. Pace car is out of turn 2, heading down the backstretch. We're live. We're ready to go. I'm live. I'm ready to go. We'll try not to make that mistake again. Okay, here we go. Matt Shanowski on the hammer, quick. boy, Shinaski gets a heck of a run there. Boy, John Holcomb flies it in there. Comes at an expense. He gets in too deep, and that opens the door for John Hine. Hine gets it down on the bottom. He's battling for that second place now. Holcomb not willing to give it up. Going to battle him wheel to wheel on the outside. It's not going to work. Hine's got to drag him down the back stretch, but I think Hine's going to get away with this clean. In fact, let's give it to him here. We head back across the line. Hine slots into second. Jeff Sharp trying to make his way down there on the bottom. All the while, Matt Shinaski getting away from this field. He's got the line. He's got the speed. He's got the lead. Hine in second. Now the battle is for third. Holcomb still stuck up top, and it's over. Kenny Kibbe gets himself into a podium spot. Kibbe now into third. Going to hold off. Holcomb back there. Holloway trying to get around now. Holloway in fifth. Holloway started this race in 10th place. Having a good run back up here near the front. This could be Holloway's week. Like I said, they're looking for a little redemption tonight. He's working on John Holcomb right now. Holcomb running up the track. That opens the door for Holloway.
Big mistake for the 69 machine.
Yes, it was. That's opening things up here for Holloway, but yeah, the battle for second is pretty intense. Hine and Kibbe. Kibbe holding it down on the bottom, and he's going to finally pull it off and get in front of Hine. That puts him into second. Hine still digging here on the top side. Got some heat in those tires now, almost to the halfway point. A little bit of rubber up there. He's able to fight, able to keep it going. Ooh, still Kibbe's spot to take. Hine still fighting. There, he doesn't have a window open there to get into. Holloway trying to keep it right up there on the bumper of Kibbe. Kibbe just playing with both of them right now. Got him in the mirror. Oh boy, Holloway makes a big mistake. Hine taps him. Holloway able to straighten it out. He's still fighting the car. Look at him. He's loose. He's all over the place. Hine finally gets by him. Holcomb down there on the bottom. Here comes Stefan Alphonse. And there's old Chip Dickert there in the 04. Starting to see a little turn over here at the top. Finally got a green flag run here. Look at John Hine continue to battle on that top groove there, making it work. Alphonse trying to get his SK to turn. Does it well, still battling hard. A lot of fighting behind these guys, Dawson.
Yeah, everybody back here just about 2 by 2. Donnie Moore, probably your next one that's going to be single file. But look at John Hine make that top side work. It seemed like for a little bit there when he was racing Kenny, it was the faster way around running that top side. But I think after a while, as we talked to Alphonse before the race, he said them tires get heated up. And I think John just gained a little too much heat in them tires, and it started to go away from him. Finally able to get back down on the bottom. But as we look farther back, Mike Holloway, Brian Dean, that's Donnie Moore, everybody side by side by side.
Well, these boys better get busy because Matt Shinaski, the man from Pennsylvania, is
Charles Lamar spun to the inside, and he is going to take a tow, no caution.
wow. What a break for this field, especially for Matt Shinaski. He'd rather not see one here at this point. He's opened up quite the lead on Kenny Kibbe. Kibbe turning some pretty good laps right now. A little bit quicker, Shinaski, that last time by. But Shinaski on his way. Like I said, the man from Pennsylvania on his way to Ohio. He is checked out on these guys. Got a great run going. He's catching up to Lowell Jewell. Looking to put Jewell down another lap. Lowell down 4 right now, it looks like. Ooh, more than that, actually. 6 laps. Right now, actually, Mike Allen would be in line to get the next lucky dog if we get another caution flag. Maybe that's Jeff Sharp. No, my bad. It is Jeff Sharp. So Sharp certainly wouldn't mind seeing another caution flag. He's only down a lap right now. Dawson, we got a battle for 6th place back there, Dickert.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of a train behind him, but it looks like Donnie Moore and Lucas Cinciano have backed off. Now it's just Brian Dean and Chip Dickert as I thought maybe Chip was going a little bit slower, but now as I look, that 75 machine of John Hine is starting to come into the picture. So maybe Chip is just running him down a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, I keep watching Kibby. Kibby is really on it back here, and he's closed the gap just a little bit. It was a second. Now it's down to just a little bit over 0.7 of a second. Closing. And remember, Shinosky has got the car, Lowell Jewel, in front of him to work with, or work against, or work through, one or the other. But that is sure to slow him down just enough to give Kibby a chance. Could we see Kenny Kibby be a factor in this race tonight? I don't think anybody had him in the pool, did they?
Yeah, I was thinking Shinosky. That's my pick for tonight, but Kenny seems to be gaining time. How about another guy not many people named? John Holcomb. Ooh, we have a caution.
And I think it was Lucas Stinziano. Stinziano just has trouble controlling the car coming off of turn 2. He just gets loose gets a good exit off the bottom, and then all of a sudden the car just starts to step out on him. Probably back to the throttle a little bit too quick, or he had the masher, the potato masher going, you know what I mean, and was just nailing that throttle and not rolling back into it, and that caused him to get around, and he broke the car for sure. He'll get that fast repair. Hopefully get back out on track. But that does slow things down. Matt Shinosky, still your leader. Kenny Kibby up to second. Everybody in the top 7 right now is, I would say, a mover in this race. Let's see. Chip Dickert back there in 6th. He's up 11 spots. Chip started at the back of this field tonight and has done a good job of staying out of trouble. Chip, one of those guys that usually finds trouble. Doesn't always have the greatest luck in the world, but tonight the racing gods seem to be with him, Dawson.
Yeah, and it's always good to see that, you figure we always typically pick that guy who is starting near the front or has a fast car. Chip Dickert, practice times were very average, and he was starting in the back, but he's made the best out of his situation. Just a very good drive from that 04 machine. Now, I was talking about John Holcomb right before that caution came up. He was another one who was running just about them average practice times, but he's really picked it up here in the race, and right now sitting with a podium spot.
Yeah, Holcomb been a little bit up and down the field here early in the race, but right now seems to be hooked up. Now Sharp did get the wave around. That's going to put Jeff Sharp back on the lead lap. The lights are going to go out on the pace car here. Everybody's going to get lined up, back ready to go. It's going to be Shinosky and Kibby on that front row. Holcomb and Alphonse will start on row 2. Alphonse still a factor in this race. Here we go. Time to light it up again. Shinosky gets going early. On the hammer. Cross the line into 1. He has the clear lead. Holcomb with a nice start. Gets a good jump down there. Gets away in 2nd. Leaves it back there for Alphonse and Kibby to fight. Fight they do. Almost hooking up wheels coming out of 4. They go across the line. Give it to Alphonse in 3rd. Kibby making a nice run around the top. Watch out for John Hine. He's there.
Boy, that outside was not very fun, or not very fond to Kibby. He really struggled, but I think it was more a factor of Shinosky timing out that green flag just perfectly. He was able to get him through and John Holcomb. And right now, Alphonse looking to be that 3rd car on that low side to get past Kibby.
Well, I don't know, man. Kenny fighting really, really good up there right now, and Kibby might have something for him. I don't know. Let's see. Alphonse maybe looks a little bit erratic. John Hines right there to pick it up if he makes a mistake. And John Holcomb, the big winner on that restart, though, I think. Holcomb had a great start, got away, and he's not let Matt Shinosky get away from him. Yeah, I see it. Boy, Alphonse running up the track, runs Kibby all the way up to the wall. Boy, that got tense, and Hines still back there trying to find his way. Hines going to get now in front of Kibby. Kibby losing ground big time. Here comes Brian Dean into that picture. I think Kibbe's going to have to get with the program here at some point and get in line. He leaves the door open for Dean. You don't want to do that. You really, really don't. He's going to take advantage of it. He does. Hey, if... boy, I'll tell you what, Kibbe, faithful to that line, or maybe almost to a fault. It's costing him positions right now. Maybe he knows something we don't. He is getting a nice run off. Oh, Hines sliding. He's sliding. How about that power slide for John Hine there, Dawson?
Oh, still a little bit loose. Looks like maybe them tires got heated up. Yeah, Rallycross just came out on iRacing, so practicing a little bit of getting sideways here on pavement.
Yeah, this SK Modified really doesn't like being sideways. It likes to point and shoot, but not sideways. And our director making a very, very keen observation. One I've been kind of keeping an eye of out of my left eye is Holcomb is really keeping Mr. Shinosky very honest up here. Holcomb trying to be a fly in the championship ointment right now. Matt would love to take this win. This would be a big, big shot in the arm. Tim not here. Donnie having a rough night back there in 8th right now. Great opportunity for Matt to capitalize if he can get this win. John Holcomb, it does not look like the man from Ohio is going to let him have it, though.
Why don't we go back to 3rd? Kenny Kibbe all over Stefan Alphonse, looking to make a pass, but Alphonse not giving him any room. It's only a matter of time before Kenny begins to use that chrome horn.
Man, the man from Vienna is wheeling this SK Modified this evening. And folks, for those of you watching this modified event tonight, you don't know where Vienna is at. Well, it's in a little place called Austria. And you find that there on Wikipedia or something, or check it out on Google Maps. It's quite a ways away from the shores here of these United States. And Stefan doing this in the deep night right now. I believe it's closing in on 4 in the morning for him right now. It is. Boy, and he's able to hold off Kibbe, and look at that. Brian Dean now pulled himself up alongside Steph.
Kenny. Wow.
Yeah, you said it. Wow, close moment for him. Let's go back to the front, though, here real quick. Let those guys keep battling. Holcomb still on the assault here. A little bit stronger on entry, but then he loses it on exit. So it's been back and forth. Holcomb able to get that car in faster, but can't seem to get it out quicker. And that's where it keeps costing him, is on the exit. Holcomb might have to change his strategy if he wants to get around Matt Shinosky with 13 laps to go. Did we miss that? Alphonse got past. He's still fighting for it with Dean here. Dawson, look at these two. Go! Dean into the Nerf bar there, Alphonse.
Just a little tap from Dean, and still Alphonse getting a great run off of these corners. Brian Dean finally going to make the pass happen. Jumps up in front of Alphonse. Alphonse tries to cross him over, not going to be able to do it.
No, he couldn't quite pull that off, could he?
Yeah, it looked like for a second he was maybe going to get his Nerf bar in there. Now maybe a little bit into the wall. Alphonse.
Okay. All right, we got 10 laps to go, and speaking of Nerf bars, Holcomb almost put the chrome horn here to Matt Shinosky in that Hardy's machine. These two have been around for a long time. I don't think you'll see any dirty driving here, but Holcomb going to give him a chance. Give him a chance to maybe let him through. He'll tap him once, maybe twice, but third time might be that one that gets him out of the way. We'll see here. The closing laps, 8 to go now. Holcomb just digging for everything he's got. Oh no, when the caution flag is out, what happened?
Ooh. Oh, Kibbe Dickert Oh my, a lot of cars.
A lot of contenders involved in that. Oh man, you gotta hate to see that happen with just 7 laps left. Poor Holloway gets up on his side there. Chip Dickert in that.
John Hine, Donnie Moore just eked away here on the bottom. Watch the red Budweiser car just get through here on the bottom.
That's crazy. Wow. Jeff Sharp gets by just on the top side. And that is going to be bad for Matt Shanoski. Yeah, Shanoski's in the lead. Caution flag is the last thing he wanted to see. They will get restarted. Donnie Moore has moved up significantly in the field. He sits there in 5th. What was looking like a points landslide for our leader, Matt Shanoski, now looks like, well, a win, hopefully, but not quite the margin he would have hoped for there just a couple of laps ago. Looks like we'll restart this race with maybe 3 to go, possibly here. I think the lights will go off here.
Boy, oh boy, I don't know. Holcomb's been plenty fast. I wonder what he would do with just a couple laps on that high side. We've seen the high side's been competitive for a couple laps, but after a while it seems like it's just not as effective. So I wonder if maybe he'll be able to make that high side work just for just enough laps and maybe eke it out.
Well, Mike Allen getting another wave around. He's still going to be a couple laps down here from the leaders. So your lead lap cars are now 9 strong. Here we go. It's going to be Matt Shanoski, John Holcomb for the front, Brian Dean and John Hine on row 2. Donnie Moore, Jeff Sharp on row 3. Who is going to win this race? I think it's going to really come down to Matt Shanoski and John Holcomb. I could be wrong. Maybe look for Brian Dean. There goes the Ford Mustang. It's off the track. And Matt Shanoski stacks him up just a bit behind him, and that gives him the advantage. He gets out to a big jump. This race is over if the caution comes out. Shanoski gets away. Holcomb fighting wheel to wheel with Brian Dean. Dean's got nothing there. Oh, they make contact again. Here goes Matt Shanoski coming around to take the white flag. Holcomb's around. Holcomb and Hine get into it. Here comes
Donnie Moore, Chip Dickert.
The white flag is out. Matt Shanoski is your leader. White flag was out. The checkered flag is now out. I guess this car spinning had me all messed up there. But Matt Shanoski is going to get away for the win. Brian Dean going to wind up with that second place finish. And Chip Dickert is going to finish on the podium. Chip Dickert. Let's look at the incident.
Oh, man.
Dawson, this was crazy. You get on that restart there. Matt stacks him up behind him. Matt gets off quick. And who makes the contact here? Holcomb on the outside there with a little bit of contact with Dean. And then Hine actually gets the wheel on Holcomb that spins everybody around. You see Dickert get through inside Donnie Moore there. Dickert just kind of plows his way through there and able to get that position on the podium. That was crazy, crazy, crazy. But Matt Shanoski going to walk away with the big win. We got one more shot of it here on the replay. Let's ride on board with Hine here and try and make heads and tails of what happened. They come down the backstretch to restart this race. You'll see that Ford Mustang peel off here in just a second. Yeah, here goes Hine here on the restart. They're away. Oh, that contact there between Dean and Holcomb. Just a little bit. They're both able to keep it under control, but it's that contact right there, the right front. John Hine gets on John Holcomb there, and you see Donnie Moore get just underneath him, but it's Chip Dickert, the one that really gets away. Alphonse gets clipped in that. That was a mess to end this race, but end it we did. And the Crohn's and Colitis 100 here at Lanier. National Speedway is complete. We're going to take a quick break and be right back on the Global Sim Racing Channel. Welcome back here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. You just saw the Crohn's and Cloides Foundation 100 here at Lanier National Speedway with the Christian Family Construction Outlaw Modified Series, the Bootleg Racing League here on a Saturday night here and having some fun. Let's look at the results of this race. What a wild finish, Dawson. I'm still trying to catch my breath. Matt Shinoski is going to win this, though, and really, really help his bid for a championship this season. Brian Dean going to finish on the podium here in second. Chip Dickert, the third place finish. He started 17th, folks. Yes, dreams do come true. Donnie Moore will finish fourth tonight. That's going to help him in his championship bid, and I don't think that's going to allow Matt to overtake him. I don't know. We'll see how these things shake out when we get to New Smyrna next week. Donnie Moore, fourth place. Kenny Kibbe with a good finish there in fifth. Top five run for the man from Michigan. John Holcomb going to finish 6th tonight. 7th, going to go to Stefan Alphonse. John Hine going to finish 8th. Jeff Sharp 9th. And Mike Allen, my pick to win this race. Well, he's going to finish 10th again, which means he will be on the pole again next week at New Smyrna.
Lowell Jewell going to finish 11th. He started 2nd. Mike Holloway going to finish 12th. Lucas Stinziano 13th. Charles Lahr, Jeff Kendrick, J.J. Garrett, and Dustin Powers to round out the field.
All right, and that does round out the field. It looks like we do have our winner with us tonight, Matt Shinoski. Congratulations. Big win for you and a big shot in the arm, and you got a shot here at this championship. Talk to us about it, buddy.
Yeah, we got one race left. We'll just have to see what happens. I got lucky tonight and got in the lead, and I was able to hang on to it.
Yeah, John Holcomb was giving you all he had there, it looked like, and then Holcomb finds a little bit of misfortune there, unfortunately, and that fight ended, but it did look like there for a moment he had something for you, Matt.
Oh, yeah, you did. I was just hanging on for all I could. I was driving as hard as I could. I was really glad to see that last caution come out.
Matt, what happened to Tim?
He's been having technical difficulties. Internet problems have been keeping him away.
Man, and he was in going into tonight's race. He was only 7 points behind, I think. He's just got to hate that right now. He's got to be gutted. I'm gutted for him.
Yeah, it's bad luck at a bad time. He was having such a good season, but hey, there's always next season.
Yeah. Well, listen, there is, and this has been a pretty great one for you. How do you like your chances, seriously, for this championship heading into New Smyrna? I know you got to let things just happen, but talk to us about your chances at New Smyrna.
Well, we've been racing at we've been closing out our season at New Smyrna for a long time, so most of us have a lot of experience there. So a lot can happen. It's short track racing, so anything can happen. So just gotta try to go fast and hope for the best.
Well, hey, listen, congratulations on a big win tonight. Always fun to see somebody win. Special event tonight, the Crohn's and Colitis 100 here at Lanier, and you get it done, buddy. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you very much, Sean.
All right, and our thanks to Matt Shinoski. We appreciate him, and we celebrate his win this evening. You know what, Dawson? I think you caught up with Brian Dean.
Yep, Brian, our second place finisher in a crazy race today. Brian, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. From where I was at, it was an awesome race.
Yeah, everything seemed to be happening a little bit farther behind you guys, but I tell you what, started out really slow. We had a lot of cautions, but then we got up to speed and we got a long run. During that long run, did you think maybe we would go to the end? How were the tires feeling? What exactly was your idea of the race at that point?
Oh, with about 20 to go, and I made my move for fourth and to get the podium. I was using everything I had left. That was about 20 to go, and I expected it. I didn't even know how far back I was at that point. I thought third I had, and it was about 15 to go. I was just going to have to try to save it to the rest of the way.
Well, I tell you what, getting in that second place after a while, we were thinking on that restart, maybe John Holcomb's going to have a shot, but then you were able to end up getting right with Matt Shinoski after a couple people got turned. You were able to get through and come up with a second place. So next week we head off to New Smyrna. You liking your chances there?
Oh, I have only raced that track once last season, so I can't really remember what I did or how well I was, so I guess we'll have to play it by ear, but with the problems with Tim Shinoski, I might have a podium finish for the championship. Who knows?
Yeah, it's a shame that Tim's having that, but that might be a good cause for you. So I tell you what, from a fellow Wisconsinite, good luck next week, and we'll see you around.
Thanks, Dawson.
All right, that's Brian Dean finishing second tonight. Sean, who do you catch up with?
You know what? We're going to talk to Kenny Kibbe real quick. We thank Brian Dean for coming in and checking in with us. But Kenny, you saw a little bit of everything tonight out there, buddy. A little bit of a wild race, and you managed to survive for a top 5 finish. talk to us a little bit about that and what it's like finally running here in the Bootleg Racing League.
Yeah, it's a lot of close racing, that's for sure. And seems like with the close racing, you get a lot of multi-car wrecks, and we had a few of those tonight. But yeah, it was an up and down night for us. The bottom lane was king, and we weren't on the bottom every restart. But the top line did seem to come in near the end of the race, and I got shuffled back there. But then I survived that final wreck and ended up with a top 5. So I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, well, listen, top 5s and especially wins are tough to come by here in the Christian Family Construction Services Outlaw Modified Series, and it seems like you're getting closer, Kenny. Who knows? Maybe New Smyrna might be the magic ticket for you next week. Yeah, that'd be awesome. This is the closest I've been. I really felt good about midway through the race when I ended up getting to second behind Matt Chinaski. I was really feeling good. I wanted it to go green, but it's not how it goes all the time. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. All right, Kenny. Well, listen, we look forward to seeing you at the finale next week. Bring your swim trunks. We're heading down to Florida for some racing, buddy. So we'll see you there. You have a great week, and we'll catch up with you then. Thanks. That sounds good. We just got snow in Michigan, so I'd like to be in Florida. Well, we're getting it here in New York also, brother. So stay warm and get ready for New Smyrna. Thanks, guys. All right, and that was Kenny Kibbe, and we certainly appreciate him. Dawson, any final thoughts on tonight's race?
Wow, it was a crazy race, but really looking forward to next week to finally wrap this thing up and crown a champion. Ask who it is right now, and I think it's a 50-50 shot. Two great drivers should be a great battle. Tune in next week. Well, there's a guy named J.R. Shepard who hasn't run this season and racked up a lot of championships around here until he decided to take a break this season. And boy, it's been crazy. Donnie Moore going into tonight was your leader. Matt Chinaski just behind him there by a few points. We'll see when we get to New Smyrna next week who's on top. Very well could be Matt Chinaski. So we'll see where things shake out. And until then, listen, we want to thank everybody. As always, this Bootleg Racing League sanctioned event is brought to you thanks to the good folks at Christian Family Construction Services in the state of Connecticut. Now, they're a complete excavation service company for new homes and additions. They can help you with a multitude of projects: land clearing, site preparation, stumping, cellar holes, drainage systems, grading, gravel and stone driveways, septic systems, pump systems, test holes, leach fields, and the list goes on. They're licensed and insured in the state of Connecticut. Contact them by phone at 860-428-5995. That's Christian Family Construction Services in the state of Connecticut. Now, we also want to thank the Bootleg Racing League for organizing the Outlaw Modified Series and contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. For more information about the series, you can find the Bootleg Racing League at their website, bootlegracingleague.com, or on Facebook. Go on over there into your Facebook account and just type in Bootleg Racing League into the search bar there. You'll find them. Type in Global Sim Racing Channel too. If you don't have us bookmarked and favorite over there, you need to. Okay, so Dawson, what do we got next? Join us next week for the final round in New Smyrna Beach. Be there with us at 9:15 Eastern, Saturday, December 16th for this special event. For information about that and other things considering GSRC, your best bet is to go to globalsimracingchannel.com. We're also on Twitter at GSR Channel and Facebook at /GlobalSimRacingChannel. Sean? All right, and I promise before we get to Florida next week, we're going to teach Dawson how to say New Smyrna. All right, New Smyrna, baby, Smyrna. It's kind of a silent Smyrna. All right, buddy. Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks to Joe. Thanks to the companies, equipment, and software that you see on the screen now that we use on our broadcasts. We also want to thank Eric Holcomb and Casey DeLon
For the original music you've heard on today's broadcast, and we hear on every broadcast, see the screen for how to contact them. Now, finally, on behalf of my partner, Dawson Brock, our director, Joe Peak, and our camera artist, Dougie Beard, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching tonight. We're going to put a lock on the gate now, go have some fun storming the castle for our buddy Soup. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and I'll see you on the track. And yes, happy birthday, Mama. I love you.